figured some stuff out back at Infineon that's carried over to each of the rounds, and we made a couple of small front end changes, different springs in the front end, and it made a huge difference from the first practice into qualifying. And we weren't the best in the first qualifying session, but we came out Saturday morning in qualifying 2 and put in a really good lap there with about 8 minutes to go. And I figured somebody was going to be able to jump in there and maybe knock me off the top, but we got it by, I don't even know what it was. It was super duper close. PJ almost knocked us off the top there. And here at Barber is another one of the tracks, kind of like Infineon. You've got to be able to get a good start because the first couple of corners are really tight, and it definitely helps to get a good clean start and get away from the pack if you can. So, being on pole definitely helps here. I just put my head down and tried to get away the best I could, and I know Jason hung in there, and Corey and Aquino and Westby all hung in there. So, it was definitely getting some pressure from the back, but ended up sliding out the front door and getting the first win of the 2011 season. Yeah, it's a little overdue, but sure feels good to get a win on the GEICO Suzuki. It's definitely a long time coming. It's way overdue. Seems like forever. Before that, I really can't remember the last win, which I don't like that. I like to be able to remember the last one. And the team's been working really hard. We've been doing a little testing here, and we've made a bunch of progress going forward with the new GSX-R 600, and the GEICO Power Sports team's working their butt off, and we finally got a really good package, and it proves with the win yesterday.
Barber Motorsports SuperBike Classic. Absolutely.
I hate to keep bringing it up, but we start off Daytona with 0 points and have just kind of clawed our way back. And Corey's been there week in and week out. He's been consistent. I think his worst finish is like 5th maybe or something like that. And that definitely is a big thing. Whenever I won the championship, I think that was my worst finish, was a 5th possibly, or maybe I had one other bad weekend. But consistency shows a lot for the class. You got to be able to be there week in and week out, and then have highlight your good weekends and make them really good. And I think Corey's due for a win. He hasn't got one yet, and he's definitely pushing. And we've grown up racing since we were like 10 or 12 years old, so it's been a long road up to this point, and he's definitely due for a win. I mean, at this point, Corey's my main rival, so we've been good buddies for a long time, but when it comes down to it, we're racing for a championship, and I know he's going to have his head down, I'm going to have mine down, and then we've got Jason and Josh and the rest of the guys to really worry about too. So this is going to be an interesting championship for the rest of the year.
GEICO, saving people money on more than just car insurance.